Hey guys, this is Ashley Kang of Horizon Esports, and I'm joined by Perkz, the mid laner of C9, as they complete the first week of the 2021 LCS lockdown tournament. Hey Perkz, hey, it's really nice to see you again. How are you doing? How have you been finding the LCS so far?
So I'm doing really good. I'm really enjoying the new atmosphere and the weather and just like new adventure, I guess, building something new, trying to get rid of my bad habits from before, and just like it's a very huge personal step for me, changing the place I live and the environment I'm in. So I'm just trying to adapt really well and be like building new habits that's gonna help me for the future. Yeah.
Because it was a big news for everyone who is following League of Legends. The idea that Perkz, who was the face of the EU LCS, LEC, as well as G2 moving to NA to a new organization. It's been a while since we talked, so I wanted to ask, how have you been integrating into Cloud9? Now that you have arrived in NA, how have you been experiencing the initial few weeks?
I think everything is going pretty well. I feel like our scrims are pretty good and our reviews are productive. And in general, I feel like the personalities on the team kind of like mesh well together. And yeah, it just feels nice to be around Sven and Mitty again since I know them. I've known them for many years now, so it's just like it's a bit weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like I have to like get adjusted to everything. It's like such a huge step for me to like move on from G2 to something else. So I'm doing pretty well. So I'm happy. Yeah. It's just like it's weird to talk about. The fact that like I'm right now in NA and I'm not playing on G2. So it's just like something to get used to. But in general, it's pretty good. Yeah.
What are some of the things that you didn't necessarily foresee when you were moving to NA or that Cloud9? Because you obviously had some outside perceptions on what playing for Cloud9 would have looked like. I remember talking to you before the beginning of the 2020 summer split, and you rated Cloud9. But now that you actually arrived here and started scrimming with them, what has exceeded or surprised your expectations?
Well, first of all, I set myself to no expectations when I would go to NA, like about my players or the org. I didn't know what that was. Not Corona. I didn't know what I was going to, and like the players are better than I thought it would be. I guess than I thought they would be, and the communication they already have installed is pretty good. I feel like how everybody communicates is pretty good. And I think there is like obviously always things we can work on, but the habits are there, and of course the Cloud9 organization is just so out of the world of Europe. Like it's on a whole different class. I can't even like it's not even comparable. Like it's like I'm living in like the American dream right now, and it doesn't feel like real life. Like everything is being taken care of for me. We have pretty good structure. We have like insane food. We have fruits every day. We have workouts. My room is being like taken care of as well. Like everything that I ask for is done in like a day or two. So it's just like it's on a different level, and the weather is really nice. So I'm just like I'm a bit in shock right now. Like I'm not used to everything being so like
Looked
done
after.
fast. Yeah, and looked after. Yeah, so it's just like I feel like a little baby, and it feels kind of nice as well. But it also feels like I'm getting like a little bit spoiled, So uh, I have to like not get spoiled, I guess, in NA. And yeah, I mean it's pretty great. Yeah.
Okay, just a really quick question. Anything that didn't meet your expectation in terms of your move to NA and Cloud9?
Not
So
really. I mean,
few.
I guess my my play so far hasn't like met my expectations. I expect myself to play better in the future or like be more, I guess, oppressive in the game. But that's gonna come with time as well, as soon as I get adjusted. Solo queue, I didn't have high expectations for solo queue, so it is not very good. Yeah, I have to be honest. I think especially like the support players are like super bad on the server. I feel like compared to like EU solo queue supports are much better. I think in general when you play like after scrims though, and there is pro players queuing, it's actually alright. It's not bad at all. So, and the ping is not as bad as people make it out to be. I think ping is like a pretty big meme. I think the biggest problem is like when you get like uh just like right now it's beginning of season, so the games are really random. Like who you get on your team, you might get like some season 10 diamonds, and that's like not very good for the game, right? But I actually thought when I came here in the preseason, I thought solo queue was pretty decent. Like queue times were not super long, and they were like decent games. I think right now beginning of season like makes it like a little bit worse. At least queue times are really fast, so in theory I can stream easier because the queue times are just super fast. But it makes it for the like lower quality games, I guess. But yeah, I mean solo queue is for sure a bit worse, but it's not nearly as bad as people made it out to be. In my opinion, I think it was just like some excuses people were making, I guess.
Just one more question about your integration into Cloud9. You did mention that you have reunited with Sven and Mithi, your old teammates. And what kind of role is Mithi playing in Cloud9 anymore? Because it's been a big step up to meet him as a player before and now as a coach. You know, how has that communication and leadership been like?
I think Meat is just like a bit more mature than he was a few years ago, and that's nice to see. And also he's a coach now, so I guess he has less stress of being a player and less like yeah, I guess stress of being a player. Like it's really hard to be like a very good player and like try to help your team a lot as well. So that's what he was trying before. So I think that would like get to him sometimes. But right now it's also like too early to say because we already been like, only been here for like 2.5 weeks. So you truly like get to know people like within like 3 or 4 months. You know, one split is like enough to know the strengths and weaknesses of each individual. And as of right now, I can't really like complain. Everything's like kind of how I expected it to be. So I'm just kind of trying to enjoy the moment and enjoy the weather and enjoy my own personal growth. I yet have to like adjust fully to the team and the communication and what is my role within the team, because in every team you need to like find your role, you know, and your job. And right now I'm just like adapting. So soon is gonna be there.
Because my follow-up question was actually going to be back in G2, we often saw Perkz not just as a player, but almost like a certain amount of leadership role that we associated with when it comes to G2 Perkz. You know, we only see from the third person perspective, but we often saw you being very active in communications as well as, you know, influencing the decision making of the team. So I wanted to ask, what kind of role do you perceive in the future as the team comes out, like, you know, as team comes together within Cloud9, but you say you're still figuring it out?
I think definitely on G2, like I had like a bit too big of a say, and that was just natural, and it wasn't like something I actually enjoyed, and I've been trying to like really lower it down last year as well. But it's just something like that. It's been built over the years, like 2018 when I was the only member stayed, and I had all the experience then back then. I mean, it wasn't that much, but I had more experience than my other members, and even like Wunder and Jankos were like not that great when they joined G2. I mean, they were really talented, but it's like together with them, we learned like a lot about how the game should be played and what should each of us do together. So I feel like we've like just gone like a huge step, and that's when I had like a really big saying on what the team, like 2018 and 2019 a bit as well, and then in 2020 I was just trying to like step down a bit, and I think it was just like a bad like hierarchy, I guess, where it feels like to me it felt like the coach and stuff didn't actually have like the power, I guess, and it was more like whatever Caps or me would say would be done in the team, and then it would a lot of times be just like basically me and Caps either discussing or him and me making plans for what the team should be playing and how we should be approaching the game. That's how it felt like. And right now on Cloud9, I'm just trying to be just like a player and give my input on things, like giving my input of what I think should be done and what I think should not be done. Like for example, Rainover and Mitty and Vega and Max also, like they're just like really active in conversations and they're making a lot of plans, and I agree with them a lot. So it feels like I have to do less in that sense, and that's also like a little bit strange for me because I'm used to like doing a lot of work, I guess, or like thinking a lot. So right now I just have to be like a bit more engaged in a different way, I guess. It's just like it's a different hierarchy. It's a different like atmosphere that I have to get used to, and I'm enjoying it. So it's nice.
I appreciate the insight. Thank you so much for this interview, Perkz. I did want to ask like a closing up question, but we are already over time, and I guess Vincent would have my head if I try to do that. Anything else you want to say to the fans? You know, what are the expectations that we can take from the LCS club?
Well, the things I have to say to my fans.
Yeah.
I will Smurf soon, like very soon. Might even happen like tomorrow or next week. But right now, my teammates are doing really well, and I'm really happy with our play in scrims and right now on stage as well. Soon I will redeem my Yone. He will be redeemed very soon. It was just like a bit of an unlucky game. Crocodile was a bit too strong for me, so just watch out for my Yone. He's gonna come back.
Okay, I'll be looking forward to it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And good to see you doing well. Thank you.
Yeah, bye bye.